Well, if I can find a few action on some weddings, then I'm going to love it.
The backlash makes me horny.
We're up for the banter.
It's a comedian.
Hello. Welcome back to That Josh James Show. It's a podcast for the geezers.
And their birds.
As ever, I'm joined by Romper's number one podcaster. You know who it is by now. It's Chrissy White, a.k.a. Whiteboy. What's happening, boy?
Wagwan.
You what?
Sweet, bruv.
You good?
Really good.
Good, mate.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at, listen,
See this?
Penguin again.
Thanks, Penguin.
Whiteboy's wearing Penguin again. He's also paired a navy tracksuit with a pair of green trainers.
Problem is, mate, these went with the last outfit. And I only bring a rucksack up here. Couldn't fit another pair of shoes in. So deal with it.
See, I wouldn't even do that. I'd never pair navy with a green.
No, I wouldn't. But I had no other choice.
Yeah, I've got those green ones. That's the trouble with green trainers. They don't really go with much.
Arguably, this is okay. You know what I mean?
Wear-
Wouldn't be my first
green
choice.
trainers, you've got to wear something green.
Yeah, but they're not really green. They're more like
olive.
a sage.
They're sage, olive, yeah, but still.
So like, I feel
I mean,
like
whatever colour they are.
sage and navy, not the worst fucking
Whatever
mismatch
colour,
ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say it is actually. Well, I would say whatever colour they are, they certainly don't go with navy.
Okay, sweet. You're wearing blue and black, mate. You look like a Fed.
Okay.
So shut your mouth.
Blue and black is fine. Inter Milan. What teams?
The Metropolitan Police comes to mind.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, they do a very important job, the police.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
You ever told you about that time I got nicked? First time I got nicked.
Yeah, well, you pulled your pants down.
No, not that time. I didn't get nicked that time.
Okay.
A little reminder of this.
Pulled your pants down.
Okay, so I've got to give a bit of context there. Basically, we're in Gantsill. The criminal's driving us home from a night out in Wapping. And a big fucking police van pulls up alongside us. He's obviously having a snout out of his thing. And I'm like, oh, we're going to get pulled here. So they pull us over. Gantsill, you know, like by the bus station. They pull him out. Obviously, he gets done for drink driving. They cart him off. They search me. They go, right, okay, have you got any narcotics on you? I go, no, because I've done them all. And so I didn't have any on me at that point. They said, okay, can you pull down your trousers? I said, yeah, no problem. They turned away. They looked back round. They said, no, you can leave your boxers on. As you can imagine, it's in November. It's cold.
The acorn was out.
That, you know, there have been, you know, often when you take certain packs and potions, it does make the penis retract somewhat. You know, obviously added on top of that my cock's already pretty small as it is. Weren't a good look. It's not great.
No. Oh, no,
not
I
a
can
great
imagine.
look.
I can imagine.
It's not a great look.
And probably the worst bit about it, you didn't even need to pull your pants down, mate.
No,
Just the trousers would have
I
done.
didn't, but I wanted to.
Yeah. Which you did. Have you ever been properly searched at a police station?
But I mean, when you say properly searched, what do you mean?
Mate, so I got arrested coming out of the Bishopsgate exit of Liverpool Street
Sniffer
Station.
dog.
Sniffer dog.
Oh. Who
Sniffer dog.
invented them dogs, man?
Sniffer dog done me. And I was holding what can only be described as a full house. I had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We was going to
Bit
a
of pick
rave.
and mix.
We was literally the packet head pick and mix, we call it. I had a little bit of K, I had a little bit of this, I had a little bit of that. I had a couple of these, I had all sorts, mate.
Yeah.
And walked out the exit. I was like, what am I going to do? I'm on the escalator going up. There's a fucking policeman there, and a fucking German Shepherd in the middle. What am I going to do? Am I going to turn around and walk down the escalator? I just had to front it. So anyway, both my arms got twisted up behind my back. And it was like, the dog's
worst.
indicated that you've got a controlled substance. Luckily for me, the police station is just opposite the road.
Yeah.
So they took me over there. Look, probably the bit that saved me, I'd already had a knee. Right? So I was enjoying life.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Nothing
Can't
was
have
a hardship.
You can't have a bad time anywhere on a knee.
Exactly.
Even in prison.
So they was like, put your hands together. So I put my hands together like this, yeah? And they put like the handcuffs on me, but I didn't take my hands apart. I was just walking across the road like this. Right, so anyway, we walked in the station and they were like, they ask, what's he like? Yeah? basically like, is he cooperating? And the bloke looks and was like, oh, he's good as gold. I was just being like so safe.
Yeah.
And they put me in a cell. I think I'd done like 4 hours in there. But like first things first, they was like, right, you got to conduct a full search. I gave them 4 out of the 5 because I wanted to keep the packet.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't want to give them the packet. Really didn't
of
want to.
course. Listen, it's not their right to have that
Exactly.
either.
We now know later on it's because I am actually fucking addicted to that specific substance.
You
so
needed it.
couldn't give it to them. I had it in my pants.
Yeah.
So we've gone into the room. They've searched all my pockets, this, that, and the other. And they was like, right, walk to the end of the cell, drop your pants, lift your shirt, squat, and cough. So I've like pulled my pants down, and there's just a packet sitting in my pants. He come over and just like pulled it out of my pants. I thought, if I'm banged up in the cell for a few hours, at least I got a packet with me. You know what I mean? It should be fine. So anyway, I got out of there 4 hours later, and as I walked into the rave that I was going to, my brother and a few of my mates was all standing there, Jamesy, like this. As I walked in, they was all standing there like this. Yeah, it's quite degrading.
That reminds me about one time when I was in a cell. That time on the train when I punched that geezer, and I'd done something in a cell. I mean, how can you say it?
Shit yourself.
No.
My brain just went straight to shit yourself.
No,
for some
I
reason.
didn't shit myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jamesy, mate, you was off key.
I was like, listen, got to try and lighten it up somehow. Do you know what I mean? Got to like cheer myself up. And then I come out there and I talk to someone. I was like, do you know there's cameras in them police cells? I'm like, oh no, I didn't.
Of course there are.
Oh, but no one told me, did they? That's the sort of thing they should tell you before they put you in there.
Round before you start doing that, mate. Check for the CCTV.
Mate, they got to tell you, surely, before you go into the police cell, they
you're
got
in
to say,
police
look,
custody.
your bed's there, your toilet's there, there's a camera up there, so don't have a all right? Surely, that is your rights. You know when they read you your rights, when they go, listen, you may not say anything you do say must be given in evidence. By the way, there's a camera in the police cell, don't have a tongue, right? That's what should be part of the thing.
The Miranda rights.
Yes, exactly. Any police officers now, if you can add that into the Miranda rights when you get nicked, please. But yeah, police officers, if you can sort that out next time, that'd be great.
I remember, mate, after that, they sent me back. I had to go, because I got tested positive for certain substances.
Oh, okay. What a way to say that. Got tested positive for what? AIDS?
No.
That's how you teed it up there.
The HIV.
What a weight.
I tested positive for a certain substance, so they made me go back there to do like counselling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if only I knew that about 10 years later, I would actually need it. Because I just played it off. The guy, I walked in there like looking half smart, and the bloke's like, oh, mate, like, we've got to sit here and have a chat for an hour. It's mandatory, but you haven't got to come back. I'm looking for people with like drug problems. You're fine.
Ah, so
and
he
like,
basically give you all the impetus.
Yeah, just to keep that. Oh, no, I'm fine. This guy knows what he's talking about. And he said, I'm okay.
Funny enough, I went to an office one time, opposite Liverpool Street, where that police officer station. There was a geezer there who had an office. He used to like try and hypnotise you if you had like addiction problems or whatever.
Really?
And I found it, and it was about £100 an hour. And I'd done like 3 sessions with him. And he tried to hypnotise you to get you to stop doing all that stuff. Didn't work, obviously. Obviously didn't work.
I've heard of people stopping smoking from being hypnotised.
Yeah. I was just like, hypnotised me. Like,
what you did is you tried taking the easy way out,
I remember
mate.
though, he said to me, he goes like, why we do these sessions? Like, you have to stop drinking. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't want to stop drinking.
If I could stop drinking, I wouldn't need to be here, mate.
I was a bit like, can you just take this thing away where I'd stop doing it? But anyway, God, do you know what? Some of these conversations we have, it makes you think, I wonder if this will hold back my career in the future. Maybe it will hold me back one day. But we're giving it to you, ladies and gents.
What I like, the fact is, right?
We're giving you authentic.
If you was trying to hide it, then it might hold you back. Because, it's like, scandal. Jamesy used to get nicked. You've already grassed yourself up. So it's not a scandal, is it?
I'm a recovered delinquent.
Exactly. Well, recovering, mate. We're never recovering.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not like shock.
What's the word? I'm a reformed character.
Nice.
As
Your
you
character
are
has
as
been
well.
reformed, yeah.
As you are. You're a reformed character.
Yeah.
We're now pillars as a society. You know, we help people. Like to think we're good examples of how to turn it all around. Do you know what I mean? Try and do something positive with your life.
Oh, 100%, mate. If anything, that's what we are.
Yeah, definitely. But we do have these war stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the war stories are funny because we don't do it anymore.
Of course.
If this happened last week, it wouldn't be funny.
I tell you what will probably be a good film coming up that's going to be released, which is a good example of that, is Marching Powder. Have you seen it? It's a new Nick Love film.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all about him like being a bit of a shithead and trying to just, you know what I mean?
I'm surprised they didn't consult me, actually. It'd have been a good aid on that film.
Yeah, but you're not a football hooligan, are you?
Bash people up for West Ham all the time, mate. We on about?
Yeah.
No, I'm only joking.
No, I mean, they probably could have got us both in because obviously because you really, really went for it. You was like a rock star when it comes to the drugs.
Yeah.
And me, because you know what I mean? I've never been knocked out. So, fight scenes.
I got knocked out in Belgium.
Who are you going to come to?
Did I tell you about the time I got knocked out?
Yeah, you said that about 100 times, actually.
That's not true. I've probably
Who's
said it
calling
once.
me? No, not interested in that. Yeah, but talking of films, James Bond. Have they chosen the new James Bond yet?
Well, so there's a front runner. Did you see that film Kick-Ass?
Okay. Yeah, I did.
The
but I
geezer's
can't-
called Aaron Taylor-Johnson. He's good, right?
Scottish geezer.
I don't think he's Scottish, mate. No, he's English.
I think he's Scottish, no?
He's a right handsome geezer. Did you watch Bullet Train with Brad Pitt?
Nah.
Good film. He's in that as well. And he's like suited and booted in it. He carries it well.
Yeah.
Plus, I think James Bond needs to be a little bit younger.
I think James Bond can be a range of ages.
I know, but what I'm saying is I feel like to change it a little bit, make it fresh, they should do like younger version. I think he's a good shout. But I just saw the other day that they're thinking about going with some unknown Scottish actor called Stuart Martin.
Okay.
And I Googled him, and it looks like a fucking mistake to me, mate.
Well, what they're probably doing is people say that one of the best Bonds ever was Sean Connery, don't they?
Of course.
So they're obviously trying to go back with that.
Well, it's not that he was
vibes.
the best, he was the first.
I don't think he was the first, was he?
Sean Connery was the first James Bond.
Was he? He's been a bit.
Bushy.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Is he brown bread?
Yeah, he's brown bread. He had some questionable things to say about. Do you remember that quote he had about like slapping his wife or something?
Did he?
Yeah. So here we go. This is what his quote was. Sean Connery said, first made remarks about slapping women when he spoke to Playboy in November 1965. And he said, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong about hitting a woman, although I don't recommend doing it in the same way that you'd hit a man. What a gentleman.
What? I mean, look, granted, it was 1965.
Yeah.
Times have changed, and he's having a conversation with Playboy. You know what I mean?
Okay, he gone on to say, describing an open-handed slap as justified. Connery also said it could also be used if all other alternatives fail. And
Mate,
there has been
shut up.
And there has been plenty of warning. Basically, why do you reckon? I've warned you 3 times. Don't make me say it 4th time, or otherwise you're getting what bang.
Not the way I would hit a man, but with an open hand. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Jesus Christ. Sean, that is bold.
Yeah, it was bold. I mean, it was 1965.
Different time. Different times.
It was.
I've been watching Mad Men lately.
One thing I would say is, I know that my granddad's never hit my nan's.
Well, you don't know.
No. I mean, they hit it from the back, yeah, but not round the face, you know what I mean?
Bruv, different time. Have you seen Mad Men?
It's different time, yeah, but at the same time, it ain't as well. Add in, and the last thing he said, if a woman is, horrible word, but if she's a bitch or hysterical or bloody-minded continually, then I'd do it.
This is what Sean said.
Yes, what Shawnee Boy said. Years later, during a sit-down with Barbara Walters in 1987, he elaborated on his quotes. So 1987 is quite
a couple
a bit.
decades past.
So hopefully, I've not read this yet, but hopefully he's corrected what he's going to say. And he's going to look, in hindsight, I ain't really on the slapping.
Or does he double down?
Well, we're going to find out.
I'm desperate to find
in
out.
1987, he said to Playboy,
Again, mate, this is a seedy guy.
I like how he's gone to Playboy to let, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to vent.
It's sort of like the old version of going to like Nuts or Zoo magazine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's basically just gone to the old school version of Nuts.
Nuts magazine.
So 1987's come, right? Do we think Sean's changed his mind, seen the error in his ways, or do you think he's doubling down?
Pause the video. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Let's play a game. El, what do we reckon? Double down or apologised? Double down. We got double down.
I think he's apologising.
You think he's apologised?
I
Gelly,
hope
what
he's
do you
not.
think? Double down or apologised? Double down. So we've got 3. I think he has apologised.
I think he's
I
reformed.
like to think that he's apologised. He's done a few good films, you know what I mean? Untouchables. Probably seen the error in his ways. It's the 87. Let's find out. Okay. First line is, I haven't changed my opinion. If you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone.
Fucking hell. This
I mean-
geezer's...
Listen, I don't agree with the slapping, but women not dropping it.
yeah.
He's got a point, doesn't he? He's got a point. Just fucking move on, love. All right.
Mate, the
going
justification,
on
when
about-
all else has failed...
Yep, don't agree with it, but leave it alone. They can't leave it alone.
Sean
I
ain't fucking around.
I sort of can relate to that a little bit. They want to have the last word, and you can give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right. I mean, look, females do like having the last word. They often do get the last word. My missus always gets the last word. You just got to let them have it. Slapping is never okay, whether it's 1965, whether it's 1987, whether it's 2025.
So, can we fast forward? Did he do an interview with Playboy in 2000 or anything? Or was that the last one?
So, 6 years after his Barbara Walters interview, the actor spoke with Vanity Fair about his views. Okay, do we think he's now... Do you think he's doubling... Do you think he's tripling down, or do we think he's apologising?
I don't think he can change his ways, mate.
Well, I've got to say, it's looking like there's a theme in, doesn't there? But he said 6 years later, but I was really saying that to slap a woman was not the crudest thing you can do to her. I said that in my book, it's much more cruel to psychologically damage somebody, to put them in such distress that they really come to hate themselves, he said. Sometimes there are women who take it to the wire. That's what they're looking for, the ultimate confrontation. They want a smack. So this is now the 90s. He's a real pioneer for slapping of females.
I wouldn't say he's a pioneer, mate. I'd say he's a throwback.
He's like the Nigel Farage. He's going against the grain. You know,
Yeah,
he's saying maybe what a lot of people are thinking. Not what we think, obviously, but maybe what blokes like him.
he's not changing his ways. I feel like he's just trying to skirt around the situation and justify it to the masses. Like, he's been smacking them since the 60s.
Well, 2000,
It's now the 90s.
2006, he comments on it again.
Fucking hell.
Do we think,
He can't rest.
do we think he's quadrupled down, or do we think he's apologised in 2006? What do you reckon?
I think he's just going to come up with a different way of justifying
I
it.
think he's going to talk himself out of it in 2006 because the woke is sort of coming up. It's do you know what I mean? Things are getting a little bit more like conscious. You know, Jay Goody's just been chucked out of Big Brother for calling Shilpa Papadom. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like
Is
this.
that what she
happening.
called her?
Yeah, Shilpa Papadom. So, you know, people are getting a little bit more savvy to it now about things, what's wrong and right.
You're right. What a great reference.
2006, I think he's going to try and backtrack. So, in 2006, he appeared to claim his previous remarks were taken out of context.
Oh,
Textbook.
yeah.
So you were misquoted.
Yeah.
When we all know, Sean, you weren't. My view is, I don't believe that any level of abuse against women is ever justified under any circumstances. Full stop, he told the Times of London.
He's talking shit. He's talking shit, mate. He's been found out. He's been smacking women for 4 decades. Now, all of a sudden, it's 2006. He's got to come out with that statement. He was probably trying to get a role.
Maybe a role.
Probably like, I ain't hiring him. He smacks women. So he's had to come out of an official statement, a short one at that. That was clearly written by someone else. Doesn't even sound like Sean.
Maybe he's trying to get a cheese roll, but because he's pissed off all the women, he can't get no one to make him one.
Cheese roll.
Cheese roll.
That is the
Ham
most.
roll?
That is the most Jamesy snack. Can I have a cheese roll with no
I
butter,
don't,
please?
I don't even like cheese roll. Ham roll.
No
So,
butter.
After 2006, and the PR have done their job, his first wife, Diane Cilento, who he's married to from 1962 to 1973, in her
Jesus
autobiography,
Christ, imagine the amount of time she got
she
smacked.
alleged that Connery had abused her mentally and physically during their relationship.
Ah, so he said that it's not okay to abuse him mentally, but giving him a little slap's okay.
And she said
he's been mentally abusing her the whole time.
She said there was physical contact, but it's important to see in context. You've got to remember he was probably twice my weight. I think it's, listen, he's made the comments. Someone's come out and said that maybe they done it to her, but you don't know. You're not there, are you? Allegedly.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was going to put money on whether he did or he didn't, I'm going to say he did.
I mean, one thing I'd say, if they're looking at this new Scottish actor to be a bit of a throwback to Sean Connery, maybe he's not the best person to be.
Maybe go with Aaron Taylor-Johnson to avoid the media scandal.
Who do you think should be the next Bond?
I'd love to see a Cockney James Bond.
Would you really? That's interesting because I've thought exactly the same thing.
No, you ain't.
Go on.
So what I was thinking is, it's going to take a little bit of time to get him in shape. But I'd love to see Danny Dyer. Imagine
Really?
training camp, get him in shape, sharpen him up, nice tailored whistles. The name's Bond. James Bond.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can see it working, mate.
Yeah, forget diamonds are forever. Diamonds are for mugs. Goldfinger. Yeah, Goldfinger straight up the Harris.
Gold kettle, son.
Gold kettle. From Russia with love. From Romford with love.
Yeah. Who are you thinking?
Well, I was going to say, not Danny Dyer, but someone obviously who's the godfather of this podcast, the old school bastard.
The OSB. No,
Yeah.
he's too old. He's too old.
He's not too old.
Yeah, he's too old to play James
He'd be
Bond.
fantastic. One thing I'd say is, it's cool, isn't it, when people smoke in films. He'd have that one nailed down. He looks very cool. Forget 007, he'd be 00 Brexit. Wouldn't he?
The OSB can't do it. He ain't got the chops for it, mate.
He's got the chops for it.
Or, I'll tell you what else I would like to see a bit of a curveball. I'd like to see a black James Bond.
Oh, I knew you was going to say this.
I would.
That was the common thing, wasn't it, for a while? Everyone going, oh, Idris Elba should be the next James Bond.
He could do it.
Idris Elba should be the next fucking Harry Potter. Idris Elba should be the next Danny Dyer. Idris Elba should be... Yeah, we get it. You want the next... whatever. Yeah.
To be Idris Elba.
We get it. Idris Elba's the bollocks. Yeah, I agreed. Don't need to crowbar a bit of diversity into every single role, though, do you?
No, but I would like to see it.
Would you, though?
Yeah.
See, I think a lot of old school James Bond fans... Idris Elba would nail it, wouldn't he?
Idris.
How'd you say it?
Idris.
Idris.
Yeah. Idris.
Idris, I. Idris.
You know, all the James Bond books were written in Jamaica. Ian Fleming.
What's that?
Ian Fleming
Is he Jamaican?
No. He's an English guy, but he wrote the books
In Jamaica.
in Jamaica. Do you know who owns the property now? Where he written them all? Naomi Campbell.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's like a series of little huts, and in every one, she keeps a James Bond book as like a throwback to where the books were originally written.
I thought the OSB would be a great one.
Like, you ain't got the acting chops for it, mate. It's a serious role.
He'd be like the spy who loved me. He could be in one called the spy who called me the bird or something. Do you know what I mean? But Idris Elba would be... Listen, Idris Elba is a phenomenal actor and he would be great. But you've got to think, and let's be honest, logistics, authenticity. How far is Idris Elba going to get driving an Aston Martin in London without getting pulled over? Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't be speeding through. Listen, we have got white privilege. Let's have it right. Idris Elba is not going to have those luxuries, is he?
Yeah, James Bond has white privilege. I've
James
never
Bond's
seen him been
got
pulled
white
over
privilege.
once.
Idris
Yeah.
can't go to Russia. What, you think Idris can run through the tube with a shooter?
Yeah,
No.
no, he can't. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, no, he's going to get SWAT teamed, mate.
But another thing we've got to think of, it is a film, and they can write whatever they want to happen and it will happen. It's not real life. Like, I personally like the shout for that Aaron Taylor Johnson. I want him to be the next James Bond.
Yeah.
Did you see that film Savages?
No.
Blake Lively, and she's in a threesome with these two geezers. He's one of them. Great film.
And it shows it on the...
Well, no, it's not. They're both in a relationship with her. It's like me and you having the same bird at the same time.
You get to see the...
No.
They don't film it.
She bangs them separately.
But do they film? They're still sex scenes?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a porno, mate. It's like there's probably
still
sheets.
there's sex scenes
Yeah,
in
of course,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that one out.
Give it a go, mate.
Yeah, sure.
Weed film.
Always like a little bit of free...
Couple of freeways.
Yeah. Couple of freeways. Maybe the old school bastard. He wouldn't be a great James Bond.
No,
He'd get too
course he
caught up in, you know, it would just be a whole film of him on a speedboat trying to stop the boats. You know what I mean?
just driving up and down the English Channel.
Yeah. From Calais with love. Yeah, stop the boats. That's what he'd just be on, wouldn't he? Yeah. Just be him in a tux, just walking up and down like the Kent shoreline going, his fucking boat. We've got to do something about it. Miss Moneypenny, she's like, no, we need you in Egypt to take out a big like drug lord. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm staying right where I am, babe. I'm going to stop the boats.
Look, we've got enough problems here. Get me a speedboat.
Yeah, no, we've got problems in this country.
Yeah.
Comic relief, sending money over there. So over there, we got poverty in this country. It's a joke. Country's a joke. Big up OSB, by the way. He's not been very well lately.
Ain't he?
No, I do not know.
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that at all.
Well, yeah, no, he's a couple of yeah. So we're sending all our love to you, old school bastard,
Get well soon.
and we love you, mate.
I'm going to pop round and see him later.
I'm gonna pop round and see you. Gonna have a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Someone went to me the other day and was like, "You don't talk about that OSB on the podcast no more, do you?" And
Well,
I've got
there
to
you go.
say, no, we don't. Do you know why? He's getting a bit too big for his boots.
Oh, no. He's walking around Essex like he fucking
He
runs
was
the
getting
gap.
a bit too big for his boots. He was chipping in with some things. Oh, he almost, you know, that's sort of why we moved away from him.
Posing for photos in the spread eagle.
He was he posing for photos in the spread eagle?
I had someone went and they was like, bruv, that's the OSB. And he got all excited and he's like, come and have a photo.
Was he?
Yeah, he's doing pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, talking of people we mentioned on the podcast, the Sherminator.
Girl,
He's calling me.
what's happening? Answer it. Get him on the loudspeaker.
What's happening?
What's happening, bruv?
You good?
Yeah, you're on the pod, mate.
No, I can't do this now.
Yes, you can.
Mate, we was just talking about the OSB and you rung me and I was like, oh, another friend of the pod, the Sherminator.
Are you recording live now?
Yeah, mate, the phone's right next to the microphone. Everyone can hear you.
Oh, dear.
What's happening, Holy?
How we doing, Josh?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You been well?
Not too bad. Yeah, good weekend.
Yeah, good. What's been happening in the life of the Sherminator? Talk us through your weekend, the International Man of Mystery.
Well, I went and watched the Romford Raiders ice hockey last night.
True story.
Yeah?
Yeah, went and watched the Romford Raiders. Great result. They won 5-2.
Lovely.
Any tear-ups?
Yeah, there was about 3 fights.
Nice.
Raiders come out on top. One guy had a big gash over his eye, blood on the ice, and he had to go off the.
You've had
rink.
you've had a couple of gashes before in the Sherminator. Eyes on the prize.
And then I was the lucky winner of the shirt off the back from one of the players on the raffle.
He won the raffle and come home with one of the game shirts, mate. It's so funny.
Well, you say that, Chris. I didn't come home with a shirt.
What'd you do?
There was a little girl on the side who was obviously going through some treatment. She was in a wheelchair and wasn't too well. So as I come off, I just give her the shirt.
Oh, mate, what a fucking
my
gentleman.
God. What an icon this geezer is.
Yeah, man of the people.
You are a true man of the people.
Yeah, I looked over to my missus after I'd done it. She was bawling her eyes out.
Oh, smoothie.
That's nice.
Yeah, what am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? It's made that little girl's night. So she managed to get it signed as well. So,
No, not all heroes wear capes.
Listen,
no, that's
often we put people on a pedestal in this podcast, Sherminator, and some people, might not deserve to be there, but I can honestly say, the Sherminator deserves to be there. He's a real man of the people and he's a true icon.
Oh, Josh. Always. You've got a lump in my throat here, mate.
Leave off. Well, look, let's get in the comment section. Who wants to see the Sherminator on the pod? If we get 1,000 likes on this video, we'll get the Sherminator on.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Sherminator.
The Sherminator. Do you know what's funny? Is that, I don't know whether to believe that wheelchair story.
No, it is true. He's firing it in the chat last night.
Oh, no, bless him. Yeah, no, he's a good guy.
He's a nice chap.
He is
He's horrible and nice.
No, he's a fucker, isn't he?
Yeah,
But he's got a good heart.
He's a toe rag.
He's a toe rag. That's exactly the good.
He's a little toe rag.
Little toe rag.
Yeah. But
People
he's got
don't
an
use
art of
that
gold.
term no more, do they? He's a little toe rag.
It just sums him up perfectly, I
Toe
think.
rag, yeah. What is the meaning of a toe rag?
Let's find out.
Let's find
mate.
out.
I'll follow this thing on Instagram.
it sort of
It
rag
tells you the
on a-
meaning of like all the old sayings.
Toe rag. Well, no, Google it. Surely
Yeah, I'm going to, mate.
Google the toe rag. Whilst you find out, I'm going to tell people about my tour. Tickets to the first leg are almost gone. There are tickets to the matinee show for Guildford, and there are tickets for Brighton and Portsmouth still, but the rest of the first leg is sort of sold out. Still plenty of tickets for the Hackney Empire in London on the 7th of November. Let's fill that up, guys. I really need your help filling that up. And if you're in Manchester, Liverpool, Norwich, Glasgow, Coventry, Sheffield, few other ones, Birmingham, I'm coming to all them places. Newcastle, the Toon, coming for those. So get on it and go to joshjamesy.com for those tickets.
Up in Newcastle, Lee?
Newcastle.
Right. Toe rag is a British slang term for a person who is extremely unpleasant or someone you strongly dislike. They've missed the point there a little bit.
Nah.
It says it can also be described as someone who doesn't care if they're lying and has no intention of hiding their deception. Bit closer. And finally, this one's nailed it. While it is considered mildly offensive, it is sometimes considered cheeky rather than insulting.
Yeah, that's what he is.
So yeah, we got it right.
He's
Sherminator's a little toe rag.
Sherminator is a lovable rogue.
He's a little ginger toe rag.
He's a little ginger toe rag.
Yeah.
He's a lovable rogue, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a lovable rogue.
Yeah, of course he is. Sherminator is next James Bond?
Oh, they ever had a ginger Bond? I think he's too small.
I don't know. I don't know if he is.
I think you've got to be 6 foot to be James Bond.
But he was a bit of a ladies' man back in the day.
Yeah, he put it about a little bit. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, with his
Done all
old,
right.
Dolce & Gabbana plates.
Yeah.
Designed it up to his absolute eyeballs.
Yeah, mismatched designers.
Did he have mismatched
Well,
designer?
no, it's just like he'll just throw fucking outfits together like, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That was out there. That was out there.
Yeah. He's the sort of geese to say, I'm all burbed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All burbed up.
I'll tell you about that one. He's like, feel that. The bird's like, oh, what's that? Boyfriend material? He was like, nah, Louis material.
Love that.
Yeah. Good old Sherminator.
Yeah, just like, love that. Good old Sherminator. But yes, comment in the comments if you want to get him on. I think we do need to get him on.
Yeah. I
At some
think it's
point.
what the people need.
Some point. Maybe if we do another live show, I feel like he's got to be there. Although he might freeze in front of a live audience. But we'll
Potentially.
But we'll see. Listen, I think that's us done for another episode. What they got to do on the YouTube, White Boy?
Like, comment, subscribe. Fucking definitely like if you want to get the Sherminator on.
Yeah.
And hit the bell icon if you never want to miss an episode. Helps us out.
Lovely. And rate us 5 stars on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Go follow us on Instagram at That's Josh James Show as well. We'll see you all next week. Arrivederci.
Goodbye.